Oh, sweetheart, you look beautiful.
No!
Thank you, my love.
Ah!
So, will we start the vows? Wait, sweetheart. This game is not suitable for sensitive viewers. Would you like to see the content warning before you play, just to be on the safe side? Take care of yourself, my love. This is a psychological horror after all. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and today I'm going to play a game called I'm a Copycat. It's dark, quiet, quite peaceful, dreamless sleep. My curtains. He must have already opened them for me. The sky looks so pretty today. Well, time to get up.
Oh, she looks so precious.
My glasses. He says I can't see very well without them. I should get dressed, but my pajamas are so comfy. Oh, I smell eggs. Time for breakfast. Declan, good morning. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? How could this be a psychological horror when everything looks so sweet? Why do they both are bandaged up? Lucy, you're already up? This is a pleasant surprise. I just finished making breakfast. We're having omelets. Oh, you didn't have to make me breakfast, but thank you so much. We sat down, and he was eager to feed me some of the omelet himself. It may seem odd, but I think it's really cute. He put in so much effort into making the omelet for me, but... I just wanted to make a bowl of cereal, Lucky Jewels or fruit squares. Oh, do you like it? I can't say no to that face. Oh, it's really good. That's great. I'm so glad. I can make more tomorrow. Yay! I went to the fridge to get some apple juice. I don't have the heart to tell him. He's been so sweet to me ever since the car accident. Enough thinking about that. Yummy apple juice! Forget all my past traumas with apple juice! I sat down at the table. Declan was cleaning his and my dishes. He seemed to be hurriedly scrubbing both plates, trying to get it done as fast as he can. Do you need any help? No, sweetie. I've got this. I ignored him and crept up behind him, hugging him from behind, before grabbing the plate he'd just washed and beginning to dry it. Oh, well, thank you, sweetie. Don't mention it. What a lovely couple. What could possibly go wrong? I finished drying the plate and went to put it in the cupboard, but I slipped on the tiles of the floor, dropping the plate. I heard the sharp sounds of it smashing to pieces. Oh no! I successfully maintained my balance, huffing in annoyance and embarrassment that Declan saw that. I quickly bent down to clean up the remains of the plate. Ow! I felt a sharp sting. A shard of the broken plate had cut my finger. Oh no! Lucy, let me see that. My hand was in his before I could even see the cut. He pulled me over to the drawers, pulling out some bandages and hastily beginning to wrap my cut. Thank you, honey. My cheeks flushed. It felt so weird to use pet names, but Declan uses them all the time, and they were all so endearing to me. Why are you laughing? You're too cute, sweetheart. He gave my bandaged finger a small kiss. I love you, Lucy. I love you too. Oh. We cleaned up the mess and I returned to my bedroom to get dressed. Declan told me that I had moved in not long before the car accident. Editor May, I hope you're keeping track of the red flags. Declan seems to be telling me a whole lot of stuff that I didn't already know. I can tell he poured his heart into decorating it, and I love every inch of it. My bed covers are cyan blue, adorned with cute pink hearts. A teddy holding a small red heart is sat right beside my pillow. Declan gave it to me for Valentine's Day last year. I wish I remembered it, 'cause I love to cuddle that teddy whenever I can't sleep. Honey, I don't think you're okay. I think you need to sit down and have a talk with Declan. I named him Bruce. Bruce, get me out of here, Bruce. Just above my bed is a framed photo of Declan and I at prom. He says we were high school sweethearts, but for some reason my hair is blonde. I must have dyed it. I opened my drawers and pulled out my favorite outfit.
Aww.
A blue button-up t-shirt with denim shorts and black thigh-high stockings. Is that actually your favorite outfit, or did Declan tell you that's your favorite outfit? Oh, and my navy hoodie. Declan suggested I wear it. Girl! He says I'm always freezing to the touch, but I don't really feel it. I purposely left my hoodie down below my shoulders. All done. Declan was seated on the couch. He looked up as he heard me entering and stood up. Not quite done yet. What do you mean? You forgot this. He pulled out one of my hair clips from his pocket. Oh. Here, let me just... He trailed off as he began to tuck some of my hair back to keep it in place with the clip. I smiled. It's the small things he does that makes him so sweet. I'm really suspicious about that hair clip. Is that actually a mind control device? Thank you. No worries. I turned around to retrieve my glass of apple juice I'd left on the kitchen table, but I had a little trouble navigating the room. See, there's a small staircase from the living room that goes in the doorway to the kitchen. With my sight problems, I've run a risk of falling and planting my face on the tiles. Don't need Declan worrying about me again today, that's for sure. Oh, are you all right, darling?
Yes, absolutely, positively.
Is this the step? Ooh. I successfully made it up the staircase without planting my face in the tiles.
Yippee!
I took my glass of apple juice, and finally I got to drink something sweet. Despite Declan's enthusiasm to cook savory foods, he thankfully stocks up the fridge with juice to satisfy my sweet tooth.
Oh.
I haven't had many juice flavors, but the ones I've had are delicious. Cranberry, orange, apple, and even combinations such as peach and cherries or grapefruit and strawberries. The list goes on. Get this lady some sweet juice. I myself prefer cranberry juice. One time, Declan made smoothies with strawberries, bananas, apples, and melted vanilla ice cream. I really should ask him if we could make those again soon. Anything you want to do today? Crumbs! I was so lost in thought I hadn't noticed him enter. Nothing, really. Yourself? Nothing either, to be honest, but maybe we could cuddle. Just a moment, honey. He left to answer a call. My glasses slipped down my nose as I peered around the corner. I could see he looked disappointed with whoever he was conversing with. I suppose it has been some time, but my sweetheart is still not quite well. All right, the day after tomorrow, then. I saw him hang up the phone and walk back into the kitchen. He had a disappointed look on his face. Everything okay? It's back to work for me soon, darling.
Oh, no. It came too soon.
I know, but I'm sure you'll be able to manage. You do remember a lot around the house now. You don't get lost in the corridors anymore. That's true. I know you'll be able to manage at home by yourself, and if you ever need me, I'll write down the pharmacy's number so you can call me. He gently patted my hair. I loved when he did that. He was so gentle and caring. He made me feel like I had nothing to worry about.
All right, but I'll miss you.
We still have tomorrow off, silly.
Oh yeah, he's right.
And put your hoodie on properly. He tugged my hoodie up over my shoulders and zipped it up. I pouted and stuck out my tongue.
No fair. It's too hot.
And your hands are like ice, sweetheart. I sighed and kept the hoodie the way he'd adjusted it. It wasn't super comfy, but he was right about my hands being cold. We spent the rest of the day relaxing together.
Oh.
Watching movies. Playing a few video games. And even went outside to use the tire swing in our backyard. Was there a huge wall? When night fell, we both went to our bedrooms to sleep. However, Declan stopped me to give me a small kiss on the forehead beforehand.
Oh.
I hopped into my bed, placing my glasses on the bedside table, and pulled Bruce in to cuddle. I examined the details of his fake fur and shiny beads for eyes as they reflected off the light of the moon, still peeking through my closed curtains. My thoughts slip away as I drift off to sleep. That night, I had a dream. It was a dream I frequently had. I even have it now from time to time, but not as much. I could hear voices. I only recognized one voice, Declan's. Will she be okay when she wakes up? Muffled, unfamiliar voices respond. What about her memories? Will she know who I am? The muffled voices respond again. My head was throbbing as my vision became clearer. Declan was holding me, his eyes on me. He gently tilted my head up to look at him. Lucy. Oh, thank God you're awake. How are you feeling?
Lucy? Who's that? Who are you?
I woke to my curtains, still closed. Did I wake up early? I looked over at my clock.
Nearly 1 p.m.?
I jumped out of my bed and ran into the hallway. My eyes darted around, trying to find Declan.
He must have gone out for groceries, and I never got to kiss him goodbye.
Huh? Sweetheart, are you awake?
Huh?
I entered Declan's room. He was still in bed.
Declan, are you all right?
I brushed my hand over his forehead. He was burning up with a fever. He shivered under my touch, and I quickly retracted my hand.
Sorry.
Oh, 'cause she got cold hands. Don't apologize, darling, but I don't think I'll be able to make breakfast today.
I'll make you something.
Before he could respond, I dashed out of his room to make some breakfast. Then I realized...
Wait, I don't remember how to cook.
It's all right. You can make a mean bowl of cereal. Oh, sweetheart.
I'm so sorry. I kept my eyes on the bacon too long that I nearly forgot about the toast, and by the time the toast was done, the bacon was burning, and I was worried I was going to burn the eggs too, and I'm so sorry.
Aww. I was going to say that this is a great job for someone recovering from amnesia. Besides, I like my food a little overcooked. He patted my hair and began to eat the food I'd made. I was surprised he managed to stomach it.
I'll get you something for the fever.
I quickly left his room and went to the bathroom to search for a cloth. I opened one of the cupboards and found some neatly folded next to these things. After returning from the hospital, Declan had stocked up on all these weird pad things, said they were for my time of the month, but it's been nearly 3 months. Strange. I shrugged it off and grabbed a cloth and began to soak it under some cold water and brought it to Declan.
How did you stomach it?
I liked it, thank you. I blushed. I could tell he was just saying that to make me feel better, but it meant a lot regardless. I placed the cloth on his head and rubbed his hair. I think I might go to sleep for a while. I need to be better by tomorrow.
Of course. Have all the rest you need.
After leaving the room, I decided to make my own breakfast. Lucky Jules it is. She's got her cereal. I pulled out a box from the cupboard, but all that was in there was cereal dust.
Oh no! Dang it!
I reached up to a small shelf above the sink to grab the bread, make some more toast, maybe with some chocolate spread. One side of the shelf decided to fall, leaving the entire shelf dangling. I caught the bread in time, though. I remembered that Declan wouldn't be able to get the groceries, let alone buy a screwdriver. Maybe. No, he said not to. But no. Then again, maybe. Declan did always say he loves my bravery. Yeah, I can do it. I skipped into my room, throwing my clothes, ran back to the kitchen and grabbed some money from Declan's wallet. He was going to buy groceries with it anyways. Before I could talk myself out of it, I grabbed the keys to the front door and went outside. Whoa! It felt so different from looking out of the window. The front yard was a bit messier than the back. I walked slowly through the yard and noticed the car. Deacon told me we were in a car accident. I was driving and the impact reeled my head forward, knocking me out and giving me amnesia. He hasn't said much about rescuing me, but I like to imagine he scooped me up and carried me out like Prince Charming. Enough daydreaming. Groceries! Lulu, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea! This place is lovely. Everything's so bright and colorful. Oh, the pharmacy. That must be where Declan works. And the boutique? What's that? Oh my god. Oh no, did she see the sweets? I looked into the window of one of the shops and saw cupcakes. Pretty, multicolored cupcakes. They look so delectable. Lucy, you must stay focused. You must resist the cupcakes. Aw, I hope I can come back here sometime soon. Maybe while Declan's at work. Note to self. Go to the bakery. Oh, the supermarket. I picked up the basic things I remember Declan bringing home from other trips to the supermarket and picked up a fresh box of Lucky Jewels. During my adventures exploring this place, I felt myself collide with someone. Ah! Pretty. Crap. Sorry. My glasses slipped off my nose. I looked over at who I'd crashed into. I noticed she looked very familiar, like the girl I see in the mirror every morning. And blonde. With a hair clip. Uh-oh. Bye. Wait a second. You get back here. I have to ask you some questions. Ma'am. She was gone before I could say anything. Strange. I brushed it off and looked to check how much I had in the shopping cart. Oh, I have enough to buy another item. What should I get? You should get a nice big heaping save button. Yeah, let's get some flowers. Yeah. I should bring Declan something nice. It might make him feel better for work tomorrow. Even though I'd much prefer it if he stayed home with me. I paid for all the groceries along with the flowers and rushed home. Crumbs! I should have gotten a screwdriver while I was out. Was that an option? I completely forgot. I finally had my bowl of Lucky Jewels and toast with chocolate spread. Yummy! It was yummy. I finished up and cleaned up my mess before checking to see how Declan was doing. Declan, how are you feeling? Still a little lightheaded, but better. Thank you for asking, sweetheart. He notices the flowers in my hands. Lucy, what's this? Okay, so I thought I would go and do the grocery shopping since you weren't feeling well, and I saw these pretty flowers that I thought you'd like. I was trembling. I was scared he'd be angry at me for leaving without his permission. So much for being brave. Declan smiled at me sweetly. Oh, my darling, you're so thoughtful. He was happy, but did you see anyone odd while you were out? No, I didn't see anyone who looked just like me, but blonde, like in the picture. Nope. No one giving you any weird looks? Not that I can recall. Oh, all right then. Just please be sure to ask me next time, okay? Okay. Promise me. He gave me a teasing smile. I sat myself beside him on the bed.
Oh, I promise.
I kissed his cheek. We spent the rest of the day together. We placed the flowers in a vase next to his bed. When night fell, I didn't want to leave.
Declan?
Yes?
Is it okay if I sleep beside you tonight?
Declan blushes but smiles. Oh, well, this is new.
Was it?
But of course you can. Just put on your pajamas first.
Declan?
What is it, sweetheart?
I was wondering if maybe you could tell me how we first met.
But I already told you, though.
He chuckled. I know that, but I want to know the details. Was it love at first sight? Were we rivals? Did we help each other cheat on tests? All the details. Pretty please.
Declan began to laugh. All right, darling. I'll tell you the excruciating details. I snuggled up in the blankets, like a child wanting to be told their favorite fairy tale for the 50th time. So I went to the optician at 5 years, 4 months, 2 weeks, 3 days, and 20 hours, 50 minutes, and 28 seconds of age on the 19th of August in the year of...
Not the boring details.
Declan burst out laughing before pinching my nose gently. My apologies for the terrible misunderstanding, sweetie. I was at the optician to see if I needed glasses, and I was petrified.
Why are you crying? I'm gonna be getting glasses. Oh, and I don't want to have glasses. Why? 'Cause I don't want to be called Four Eyes on my first day of school. Jeez, that's all you're worrying about? Don't be a meanie about it. Fine, I'm sorry. You don't mean it. Not really. No. Hey, look at me. If you get glasses, you can get one with cool colors like mine. Red. Green is cooler. Then get green glasses, smarty pants. But if you get red glasses, we can be twins. That would be even cooler, right? I guess so. See? There's nothing to be scared of.
We were pretty immature, but I admired your kindness and bravery. You were like a little role model to me as a child.
Did we ever play together as kids?
Nope. Girls played with girls and boys played with boys back then, but we were partnered together in reading buddies a few times. You were such a show-off, wanting to read all the pages yourself. But that was about it until high school, where I asked you to prom very awkwardly.
What did you say?
Nothing. I just wrote you a card pouring all of my feelings into it. I think I said you were as cute as a kitten in it. I still remember the cringing expression you made while looking at it. But you still accepted. You were quite the cat person, so perhaps that's why.
Oh, did I have any kitties?
Well, you used to have a cat called Mittens. A family pet, I think.
Used to?
He passed away before the accident.
Oh. When did I dye my hair blonde?
Your ex-friend Cindy convinced you to get your hair dyed at the salon or something. Ex-friend? Why isn't she my friend anymore, Declan? His voice dropped the whimsical tone as he said that. To me, I like your white hair more. It makes you unique. He stroked my hair gently. You were also a marvelous dancer.
Really?
Oh, yes. You took ballet when you were small, but you became interested in other forms of dance over the years. But even as the years passed, you were so elegant and graceful when you danced, I couldn't take my eyes off of you. I woke up very late the next day. Declan was gone.
Declan?
I sat up and I noticed a piece of paper on the table by the flowers. Hi, sweetheart. If you're reading this, I've gone to work. I'm sorry for not waking you to say goodbye, but you were so cute when you were asleep. I didn't have the heart to do it. He added small hearts at the end of that line. But if you want, you can come see me at my lunch break around 1:30 p.m. The keys to the house are by the door. Be sure not to lose them if you do come out. He was just too sweet sometimes.
My heart.
Aww. If it weren't for all the red flags, this would be so wholesome and sweet.
Too sweet, even for my sweet tooth. It was already 1:30 p.m. when I looked at the clock. Crumbs, I don't think I'll make it in time.
But, Bruce! Bruce? Why are you talking to me, Bruce? But he's technically given you permission to go out. You could check out the bakery. Maybe buy him some lunch from there. Thank you, inanimate bear. Ha ha! Why are you talking, Bruce?
You're right, Bruce.
Yes, I pretended to have conversations with my teddy. Listen, who else was I going to talk to? Okay, you had me worried there for a second, Lucy. After getting dressed, out I went to the town again. As I predicted, Declan's lunch break was over. So I resorted to entering to talk to him during work hours. Sweetheart, you're a little late. My lunch break just finished.
I know, but I wanted to give you a goodbye kiss.
Oh, thank you, darling. I was quickly hurried out of the pharmacy. I decided to go to the park. Uh-oh. I saw the blonde woman I'd met yesterday. She was with a group of people doing some form of dance, music coming from a small CD player.
That looks fun. Maybe I should join them to warm up on my dancing skills.
Maybe practice at home first.
True.
I ended up watching the blonde girl, along with the others dancing for a while longer, sitting in the grass under a tree.
It's so hard to see.
Maybe take off your glasses. Maybe they're causing a glare from the sun. I reluctantly took them off. Can she see better without the glasses? Uh-oh. The Blonde Maiden's dancing became much more vivid. She's so talented. And pretty. Oh. When I finally did arrive home, I tried dancing to some music on TV.
But it didn't go very well. I don't get it. The ballerinas on the TV make it look so easy.
And they're not breaking a sweat.
My toes hurt now.
Honey, what are you up to?
Crumbs. Hi, Declan. I was just practicing ballet.
Without your point shoes? You'll hurt yourself, silly. Yeah, you need the point shoes.
I already have.
Oh, come here, sweetheart. Declan took the remote and changed the channel. It played soft piano music with some string instruments accompanying it. If you want to dance, we can dance like we did for the slow set back at prom, if you'd like.
I'd actually like that a lot. I'm sorry. I think I stepped on your toe again.
Don't worry about it, darling. I'm enjoying this regardless. Are you having fun?
Not as much as I thought I would. My toes are still sore.
Here. He scooped me up and placed me on the couch. You take a little rest and I'll put on some dinner. You take a little rest and I'll put on some dinner. I got a friend of mine to pick us up some treats from the bakery for dessert.
The what?
Oh, did the amnesia affect that too? Well, the bakery is where you can buy baked goods like bread and cakes.
Oh, the bakery.
The bakery. You know, where they make bakas. Like me. Is that what you've been calling it this entire time?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I felt so stupid. We had a spicy shrimp and rice that night. I hate spice. I tried as hard as I could to not gag in front of him. I managed to stomach half of my plate and lied, saying I wasn't very hungry. Oh, that's a pity. I'll save the cupcakes for us to have tomorrow then. Lucy gets up in the night and eats all the cupcakes. Because that's what I would do. As night fell once more, I found myself in Declan's bed again, but I couldn't sleep this time. Declan? Yes? What else do you like about me, aside from my dancing and reading? Why do you ask? Is something upsetting you? I'm just disappointed in myself for not being the girl you remember me for. Oh, sweetheart, don't say things like that. But it's true. I just feel so stupid calling the bakery the wrong name, dancing on my toes without my pointy shoes and hurting myself, crashing the car. I felt Declan immediately hug me from behind. His voice became hushed. My sweet Lucy, that wasn't your fault. But I was the one driving, wasn't I? I could hear the lump in his throat as he swallowed. Yes, you were, but it was an accident. How? Was I stupid and looked off the road? Was I stupid and drank alcohol before driving? No, darling, no. Let's just stop reliving those ugly memories. I could hear the sounds of him sniffling, trying to hold tears back. I started to cry too. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. What are you doing? I found this wire, and I wanted to make it into a headband like the one my avatar wears in Wildlife Bridge, Refreshed Realms. How are you gonna do that? Decorate with pretty flowers I made out of paper, tie them on, then fit it on my head. Oh, it'll look so pretty. As I continued this task, I began singing to myself. I became so distracted by the mindless work. I didn't even notice Declan listening from the corridor. My, sweetheart, I didn't know you could sing. Your voice is beautiful. Thank you, Declan. And what's this? I'm making the headband my avatar wears in our game. Oh, that's adorable, darling. Thank you. And also... Cupcakes! Declan holds a cupcake up to my nose. You could probably line a hallway with cupcakes and she'd follow them and get caught in a box trap. I inhaled the sweet aroma and dropped the wire. Gimme! What did you say? Pretty, please. Cupcakes for breakfast. Not complaining. I went into town once again that day, peeking in the window at the boutique. Excuse me? Huh? Hi, this is a weird question, but can I ask you a favor? Sure. Can you pick up these prescribed medications for me from the pharmacy? I'm too scared to go in. Oh, of course. Without thinking, I walked into the pharmacy with the little doctor's note and went straight up to Declan. Hi, Declan. I need help. Oh, what is it? The pretty blonde lady across the street was too scared to come in, but she wants these medications. I handed him the note. Uh-oh. Declan skimmed the note, occasionally shifting his stare to the girl outside the window. When I turned to look, she was staring back, biting her nails anxiously. Well, pretty isn't the word I'd use, but I'll see if I can find all of these. Declan disappeared into the staff-only quarters of the pharmacy for a few minutes. Once he returned, he had a handful of medications. We didn't have some of the exact ones, but these are pretty much the same thing. Oh, thank you. I took the little boxes of medication and ran out to the girl again.
Here you go.
Huh?
These don't look right. Are you sure he gave you the right ones?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll see when I get home.
She takes them in her hands and begins to leave.
Thank you, anyways.
No problem, Miss. I don't know your name.
It's Lucy.
Oh. Okay. If what's going on here is going on here, Declan, it better not be. But I think it is.
What?
But she was already gone. All right, there we go. He placed my handmade headband in my hair. Oh, sweetheart, you look beautiful.
Thank you, my love.
So, will we start the vows?
Mm-hmm.
It was our wedding night. Nothing official, but it was enough for us. While Declan was quoting everything that I assume was said at weddings, my mind was racing. I didn't understand. Did he mix me up with someone else? Has he been truthful with me? Why is he... In sickness and in health, until death do us part.
Huh?
You say, I do, silly.
I do.
It didn't feel like I meant it. I didn't deserve him. I don't deserve him. I'm not good enough. Everything he loves about me. I'm nothing like that. I don't know who I am. Declan took my face. He drew closer to me and pressed his lips against mine. Romance movies always made it seem like the most exhilarating feeling to share with your true love. But it felt so empty. Declan whispered in a low voice, "Your lips are so cold, my dear. May I warm you up?" That night, we did stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but I still felt cold and empty. I didn't know if the love he expressed was for me or for another woman. Did he know me at all?
No, don't cry. Don't let the sweet baby cry. Bruce, do something. Don't let the sweet baby cry. Good end. He loves me, right?
Thank you for playing. If you enjoyed, you can support the creator on the following social media accounts. I'm guessing the screwdriver is important because that's the thing I actually need. So what happens if I take the pen? You can always use a pen.
Oh, it's got a fancy ink eraser on the back.
Oh, those were all the rage when I was in school.
I gotta test this when I get home. See if it's legit.
I paid for the groceries and hurried home. I finished up and cleaned up my mess before checking to see how Declan was doing. However, on the way to his room, I came up with a perfect idea.
I could make him a get well soon card with my fancy pen.
Oh. I began to rummage through some drawers to find paper.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Why did the music stop?
I found a neatly folded paper and opened it.
What the?
Something, give up soul to something, Grassfellow, something, signed.
Declan?
What? Who's giving up their soul? What? What?
I had merely skimmed it, but I read enough to understand that Declan did something irrational. Is it because of the car accident? Did I die and get resurrected? Is it dead issues? I have to erase his name. Without thinking, I began to roughly brush the ink eraser across the paper. But it seems the pen was a scam. Nothing was removing Declan's signature. I was so absorbed to the pointless endeavor that I didn't notice the claw-like hand reaching for mine. Ah! Ah! Snatching my hand holding the pen, an entity made her presence known, and with it made her anger known. Who are you? How did you get in here?
Hi?
Paige. Paige Galatea Grassfellow. And you, little lady. She lifted me up by the arm, my feet dangling off the ground. Are a nosy pest, aren't you?
No, I was just trying to help.
Help with what? Cheating me out of a cocktail?
Pardon?
She's so pretty! Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna be in it, but oh my gosh, she's so pretty!
Oh, silly me. He wouldn't have told you. Smiling somewhat sweetly, the woman gently set me down on the ground. I took the time to examine her appearance. While unnerving, she was far less scary than I had perceived.
Apologies, dearie. To make it up to you, I'll explain to you whatever spiked your curiosity. Okay.
A million questions ran through my head.
Can I only ask one question?
Yes.
There. Question answered. Wait, what?
Only one question.
Ma'am?
The woman threw her head back and laughed, snorting a little.
Oh, that's simply too cute.
She bent down to my eye level while petting my hair. I'm teasing, dearie. Ask as many questions as you want.
Oh, well, thank you.
But perhaps we should take this to another room. Your boy toy might hear us.
My what?
Your boyfriend. I meant boyfriend.
Oh, sorry.
Paige ushered me into the kitchen and sat down.
All right, so first off, what exactly are you?
A demon, darling.
A what?
A demon from HE double hockey sticks.
What?
Has he told you anything?
You mean Declan?
Yeah, what has he told you?
He's told me pretty much everything I know.
I see. Do you go outside?
Only once, this morning, but Declan doesn't need to know.
Why is that?
He'll worry about me.
I see no reason he should worry. I sculpted my human replicas out of only the best materials, and you're still in marvelous condition.
Oh.
I don't know what sculpting has to do with anything, but Declan worries I'll get hurt, 'cause...
'Cause what?
'Cause I have amnesia.
You don't.
What?
Apologies. I know that wasn't a question, but I simply couldn't resist. Paige snorted back a chuckle.
This is making my head hurt.
This is making my head hurt.
Sorry. Tell you what, I'll just explain everything that I know, and you ask questions afterward. Sound good? Mm-hmm. All right. Girl, you gotta leave some fashion for the rest of us. I am a demon. Demons are powerful creatures from HE double hockey sticks. It's the place you go if you're a bad person. My husband, Simon, and I were lounging around. We drank souls of the darned like alcohol. Simon sensed something, the familiar feeling of a ritual being performed. In HE double hockey sticks, unless you have a specific ritual set for you, demons will rush to be the first to answer a random ritual's call. But this wasn't my darling's first rodeo. He claimed this client seamlessly. The ritual was performed by your little boyfriend, using blood from very delicate parts of the body. Oh, I was surprised he was still alive. He said he wished for a way to turn back the clock, bring his beloved Lucy back to him. Now, there are demons that can do stuff like that, but Simon and I are not one of them. Still eager to please the client, Simon ever so nicely asked me to put my sculpting skills to some extra special use. I began sculpting a replica, that replica being... She booped my nose. You? Pardon? You are a sculpted replica of your boyfriend's ex-girlfriend. If you've been out and about, I'm sure you've seen her. Images of the blonde girl from the supermarket came back to me, but Declan wouldn't do that.
He already did!
Pardon? Declan wouldn't just replace the person he loves. I don't know how else to tell you, dearie, but he did. Granted, I didn't ask many questions outside of what his Lucy girl looked like. For all I know, she's passed away. Yeah, that had to be it. The first Lucy passed away. Maybe in the car accident. Declan was lonely and wanted to bring her back somehow. Surely. I have another question. Well, ask away. Is Declan going to HE double hockey sticks when he dies? A soul like his was going there regardless, but his soul will be our property. Regardless? Property? One at a time, dearie. Declan is too kind to be going anywhere for bad people. Trust me, darling, when he gets down there, his soul will make a spicy cocktail. What? Souls that are darned for HE double hockey sticks are spicy. Meanwhile, innocent souls that were destined for paradise after death, if we hadn't interfered, have the taste of the sweetest nectar. While Paige continued to talk, I slowly began to tune her out. So many incomprehensible questions were buzzing in my brain. Your naivete is simply adorable, dearie. Paige pat my head before disappearing with a snap of her fingers. No, cool lady, come back. Let's talk some more. That night, I had a horrifying dream. I was in the dark, being held by something warm. Too warm. Smothering. A harsh, blinding light snapped on, revealing close surroundings. I was in a small dress, neglecting to shield my skin from the cold air. My hair was pulled back in a style that felt like it was yanking at the roots of my head. So, shall we dance? I opened my mouth to speak, but no words came out. My throat felt dry, no moisture, like clay. Without a response, I was pulled into a dance. My feet felt like they were being pressed against glass shards with each step. Everything hurt so much. I hugged the figure dancing with me, hoping for some form of comfort. Past his shoulder, I saw her. Enjoying the party, dearie? Paige? I thought you went home. It's never a party without me, darling. It's so drab here as it is. What is it, prom? I don't know. Paige didn't acknowledge me anymore, picking up a glass filled with an orange substance, as well as another glass filled with a water-like liquid with a tint of blue. My, it's certainly cold in here. How does a nice warm drink sound? Paige appeared in front of me, pouring the thick orange substance down my throat. It burned. I coughed. I gagged. I wanted to puke. I looked up to her. She was drinking the blue fluid, a sadistic grin on her face. Paige stepped aside to reveal my dance partner. Stay back. Ah! Paige is banging on the window. You having a nightmare in there, dearie? I was awoken from the dream by a harsh banging on the window. What the? Hello, dearie. Paige was outside my window. It's 2 p.m. Don't you want to buy a batch of cupcakes? Oh, wouldn't Declan be upset? Did you forget he's gone to work today? How do you know this stuff? Simon and I have the rights to his soul. We know what that cocktail is doing all the time. Please don't call him that. Bruce, help! Fine, but do get dressed. I want to take you with me for a sweet treat. Why? You're adorable, and, as your mother, I am now emotionally attached. What? Mother? Well, technically, yeah. After finally getting dressed, I looked at Paige. Maybe wear a hat? Oh, don't be silly, darling. Poof! I'm a human now.
Paige, you don't understand.
Too hot! Too hot!
Okay, never mind.
My mom is too hot.
Thank you, Mr. Bakary. I heard Paige snort behind me, but she didn't say anything. You're quite welcome, Lucy. And, might I ask, who's your friend there?
It's my mom. They have a cupcake hat.
I didn't know what Paige would want me to say, so I just looked at her. I'm Paige. I'm new around here. She grinned a toothy grin. Those teeth would haunt tonight's nightmares. Why, you look just like that Paige woman that disappeared a few years back.
The plot thickens.
Paige grimaced. No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. But you do. You have the same outfit as her missing poster, too. Okay, Lucy, let's walk out of here at a fast pace immediately. As Paige took my hand, I grabbed the paper bag of cupcakes. The two of us ventured to the park. Oh, look at that, Lucy. A little dance club. Oh. Looking to where Paige had pointed, I saw the blonde woman I'd met yesterday. She was with a group of people doing some form of dance, music coming from a small CD player. That looks fun. We should join in. Wait. What is it, dearie? I don't really like dancing in front of people. What if I look silly? Darling, look. Before I became a demon, I was as an alcoholic and a drug user. I still have symptoms of it in HE double hockey sticks to this day. I met my husband down there well off my rockers, and while I don't recommend drugs as dying from them wasn't fun, Simon and I bonded over just how much of a party animal I was, by contrast to his upper-class attitude.
What are you trying to tell me?
Are you giving me mom advice? That acting a little silly is fine if you and everyone else is having a fun time.
I guess I never really thought of it that way. Okay, I'll join in.
Get it, Mom? Get it!
I have no idea what I was worried about. Compared to Paige's dancing, I looked like a graceful figure skater. Paige went absolutely bonkers, and it was so much fun.
I've never seen you two around town before. Oh, well, we're newbies. The name's Paige. Cindy, and you?
Lucy.
What a coincidence. My girlfriend's name is also Lucy.
Oh.
Why isn't she my friend anymore, Declan? Declan didn't sound too happy when he talked about Lucy's friend.
She's alive?
I could have sworn I saw her earlier. Where'd she run off to? Gone to grab some snacks from the bakery. She'll be back soon.
I clung to Paige's arm and whispered to her, Can we go home now?
Home? But we just got outside.
Please.
Oh, very well. Before you go, we're having a karaoke night tomorrow, if you'd like to come. You had me at before.
Karaoke? But I can't sing.
What did I say about fun?
Okay.
The rest of the evening went by in a blur. Paige and I played some Wildfire Bridge Refreshed Realms before she had to sneak off as Declan returned home. You seem distressed, sweetheart.
I missed you a lot.
Oh, my poor darling. He made spicy shrimp and rice for dinner. I fluffing hate spice so much.
Watch your profanity.
Lucy, language. I only managed to swallow a few bites, then lied, saying I was full. When I went to bed, I found the bag of cupcakes Paige and I bought sitting on my bed with a little sticky note. I'll be back to doll you up for karaoke at about 3 p.m., dearie. She dotted the note with small X's. I satisfied my hunger with a few cupcakes before I went to sleep. I had another nightmare that night. I dreamt I was in a dark room, lights occasionally flashing and glaring down on me. I was with Cindy. She seemed to be having fun. I tried to tell her I felt scared, but my throat was dried out again. It burnt to swallow my own saliva. I felt a cold presence against my back, like someone had placed ice cubes on my bare back. But as the cold dripped down my spine, it felt prickly, sore, burning through the freezing sensation. I turned around. I could see the monster from my nightmare the previous night, staring at me again.
Why? Why are you staring at me like that? Are you going to hurt me?
A hand emerged from the darkness, grasping the end of my dress. Only then did I notice how short it was. I felt ashamed. I woke up feeling oddly guilty. Did you lose a pet recently?
I've never had a pet.
That's odd. I saw a shallow-looking grave outside in the front garden this morning. I suppose it had been there for some time.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Perhaps. My, he certainly kept you in better condition than most replicas.
He has?
Why, yes. Your hair is still so soft and easy to sculpt to a different style. Like Play-Doh.
Interesting.
All right, and done. Oh, Paige held me in front of the mirror. Oh, take those off, darling. She snatched my glasses. I didn't sculpt you to have any issues with your lovely eyes.
I don't need them?
Of course not.
But Declan said...
Is Declan an optician?
No. Are you?
Cheeky darling. She tickled my chin gently. I love my demon mom. I love my alcoholic demon mom. But really, how do you like your hair?
It's lovely.
Oh, we snuck out to the karaoke while Declan slept.
Declan's gonna worry about me if he finds out.
You're beyond safer with me than with him, dearie. Remember, I sculpted you.
I don't think that's how it works.
You say tomato, I say pomegranate.
That's not how the saying goes.
Paige, Lucy, you made it.
Indeed we did.
Can't pass up a fun night out. Cindy giggled before looking away awkwardly. Hey, I have an odd question to ask. That being, I kind of want to sing, but I'm getting stage fright. Could one of you join me? My Lucy isn't here yet. And even if she was, her singing is a little flat. Please don't tell her I said that. And my song is on in just a few minutes. Paige looked down at me.
But I...
Fun, dearie. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Fun! You keep saying fun, you're gonna summon Pinkie Pie.
Did somebody say fun? Where? Fun, 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 fun!
I'll do it. Thank you so much.
Oh God, this was a mistake. I'm scared.
Don't worry. I'll sing the main tune and you copy. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
The instrumental began to play, and my throat felt dry. Cindy began the leading notes. I opened my mouth, but my voice cracked.
Oh God, I can't do it. I can't.
I looked out and saw Paige giving me a very aggressive thumbs up. Fun. Fun. Fun.
Fun! Did somebody say fun? Where?
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was so beautiful. Oh, that was lovely. That was beautiful. Oh, my demon mom is so proud of me.
Darling, your voice was lovely.
You mean it?
Can't sing, my precious posterior. You did amazing. 100% agreed.
Huh?
Lucy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Not the best, honestly.
Aw, why?
Well, Mr. Fallon asked about Mittens yesterday, and it kinda made me relive stuff I tried to explain why he...
Who's Mittens?
Oh, my cat.
My butthole of an ex killed him.
Declan!
X? Oh yeah, I should give you a warning since you're new. The dude in the pharmacy with blonde hair and glasses? Bad news. Stay far away from him.
Declan?
You know his name?
Uh-oh, the girls have assembled.
We had to pop into the pharmacy to get meds a few days ago. We happened to run into him there. Right. Well, stay far away from him. It's all or nothing with him.
What has he done?
Well, to start, he smashed my car when I tried to leave him the first time. Locked me in the house when I wanted to see Cindy. And sent me death threats when she came out as bi. And when I managed to sneak out of the window one day, The Blonde Maiden covered her mouth as Cindy pulled her in for a hug.
He what? What did he do?
Maybe we should go outside and give her some air. We followed Paige's advice, bringing the girl outside.
Please, tell me what he did.
In your own time, Paige added to mask my desperation. I wanted to know. I needed to know. Through some light sobs, the blonde woman opened her mouth to speak.
I don't quite know what happened, but I came home, and my poor cat, Mittens, I found him curled up in the corner of the room with a massive gash in the side of his head. That fluffing monster, he threw him. He threw him as hard as he fluffing could.
She took a deep breath while Cindy cuddled her, stroking her hair.
Declan, you killed a kitty? Divorce!
Stay far away from that fluffer. Understand?
Understood.
We actually need to go early. Take care of yourselves, you two. Aw, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Come along, dearie. Dearie, are you all right? I began to run.
What the... Dearie, where are you going?
I sprinted home, biting back tears. Declan couldn't have harmed Mittens. He wouldn't. I began frantically searching for the grave Paige had mentioned. Where? Where what, dearie? The grave. Where's the grave you saw? Near the garden chair. I dug the loose dirt up with my bare hands. My nails felt like they were peeling off.
No, please. Oh my God.
He really did it. The particularly decomposed cat. It still had blood staining its previously white fur, all having streamed down from its little head. What happened to that chair's leg?
The leg?
I looked up. The leg of the garden chair was slightly bent and seemingly snapped in half.
Where's the rest of it?
Over here.
Huh?
It was kind of sticking out of the car window. How had I not seen that before? Was I really so blind?
No.
Dearie.
He couldn't have. Why would he? How could he?
I'd theorized he was highly abusive to the real Lucy and wanted a copycat version of her that he could mold to be how he wanted her to be.
But he's so sweet to me.
He probably learned that threats and killing a cat don't really coax a woman into staying with him.
No.
Everything went black after that. What the? Sweetheart? Oh, Declan, you're in all kinds of poopy now, sir. What are you doing out here? My poor dear, you'll catch a cold. How did you even... Oh no, now I have to explain why there's a dead cat in our yard. Let's get you inside. Bruce, why didn't you warn me? I had many nightmares that night. This is all because I bought a pen. They began with the Blonde Maiden. She was storming out of the house. It was raining. The monster trailed behind her. Yeah, that monster had the same purple eyes as Declan. She screamed in fury at the creature. It roared back. The blonde woman, no, Lucy, reached for the door of her car. Ah! She screamed in terror as the garden chair was thrown in the front window of her car. Glass flew in multiple directions, almost piercing her skin. Lucy froze in horror as she felt the monster place his claws on her shoulders, gently caressing her skin. Let's get you inside, shall we? With a flash, I saw Lucy sitting in my bed, her bed. She looked through her phone, which the screen was also cracked. She was tense, frequently looking through an open crack in the door. She held up the phone to her ear.
Cindy, I need a favor.
There was another flash. Lucy was entering the house. There was a look of disdain on her face. She carried a large bag. She looked around, presumably for the monster.
Oh my God.
But instead, she found the limp, lifeless, and blood-drenched body of her old cat, Mittens.
No.
The monster entered the room. Lucy glared at him, fury filling her eyes.
How dare you?
I opened my eyes. The room was silent. I glanced over to the door. It was wide open.
Declan.
He entered the room with a small tray in his hands. What is it, sweetheart?
What happened?
Well, I found you outside, late at night. You poor dear, you look so cold, fast asleep on the dirty ground. He reached out to pet my face. I shuddered under his touch. What's the matter, sweetheart?
Why was there a dead cat outside?
I knew the answer. I don't know why I asked. Clinging to some hope that he would be truthful, maybe. Dead cat? You must have had a nightmare, Lucy.
No, I know what I saw.
I know you think you saw something awful, but it's fine now. The nightmare's over. He tried to pull me in for a hug. I'm here now, Lucy.
Stop calling me that.
Pardon?
Stop calling me by her name.
Her?
Stop calling me by the name of the girl you hurt. How dare you lie to me?
When have I ever lied to you?
I never crashed the car. You smashed it to scare her from running away. You told me I crashed it so you could make yourself out as my dashing prince.
Sweetheart, tell me, who's planted these ludicrous stories in your head? Declan chuckled, but it didn't hold the same sweetness as his other laughs. It was condescending. My poor little Lucy. Being fed such silly stories, and you don't even know any better. My little dear. He forced me into a hug. But it's okay, my sweet. You'll stay with me, and I will take good care of you until you've come to your senses. And maybe, his grip tightens, you'll learn not to sneak out behind my back and break my trust. I shoved him away as hard as I could. Declan banged his head off the wall. He yelled out in pain. He glared at me. In his eyes, I didn't see the man who took care of me for all of my short life. I saw the monster from my nightmares.
Run, girl, run! This is all because I bought a pen.
I ran as fast as I could. I had to get away. I had to free myself before he harmed me. I cried out.
Paige! Where's my cool, sexy demon mom?
Paige! Paige, please help me! But there was no reply. I reached for the door handle, but to my dismay, it was locked. The key was nowhere in sight.
Paige, that was the demon's wife, was it not?
I felt a blunt force against my head.
Oh no!
I woke up in a room that I had never seen before. There was dried bloodstains on the wooden floor. I noticed that there was a painted circle around me. What the?
I risked my life for you, my dear.
Declan?
Not gonna lie, Declan, you look pretty hot in a sleeveless shirt, but don't do whatever you're about to do!
I poured my blood into this for you. I took great care to teach you everything you needed to know. I was gentle and kind to your tender vessel, careful not to taint your loveliness.
You think I didn't need to know what horrible things you did to the woman you tried to have me replace?
Of course not. You were never supposed to leave this place anyways. The world outside is bleak and harmful. It heightens the paranoia of inevitable harm. All I wanted was for you, Lucy, either of you, to stay where I could keep you safe. Relationship is built on trust, is it not? I couldn't even trust you outside my own front door.
What are you planning to do now?
I'm going to nip your behavior in the bud.
No! He shoved me down to the ground, a knife in his hand.
That darn sculptor stuck her nose in stuff that wasn't her concern. Now, let's see how she feels having her little project torn to itty-bitty pieces.
What? Wait, please. If I'm dead, then won't you be alone?
Dead? You think I'd make a deal with a demon, cutting my throat in the process just to have a clay figure that dies like a normal human?
Oh no!
Oh no, sweetheart. You won't die, but you'll feel everything. Maybe I can keep those gorgeous eyes in a jar. I will admit, I prefer them over hers. I'll keep them where the only thing you can look at is me. I love you. Let us begin.
Ow!
He stuck the knife directly in the middle of my eyes. There was no blood, but it was the most excruciating pain I'd ever experienced. I shrieked in agony. It only made it worse. Declan began to twist the knife within my skin. It felt like my eye was about to pop out. What was mere seconds felt like an eternity. But that eternity seemingly ceased as an all too familiar figure appeared from thin air.
Is it my cool demon mom?
I wouldn't worry so much about my feelings if I were you.
Mummy!
Her claw-like hands grabbed Declan by the hair and yanked him off of me. It's what I'm going to do to you that you should be worried about. What the? How did you get in here? Teleportation, duh. But you can't hurt me. We made a deal that I could use the replica as I pleased. Correction. Simon and you made the deal. I was just being a generous spouse, saving him some labor. Ah, yep, she's got you there. And believe me, honey, I hate when my hard work is ruthlessly disrespected. Paige looked to me. Dearie, do shut your eyes for me. This part isn't for you. She didn't have to ask me twice. I felt so lightheaded. As my eyes closed, I slipped off into dreams again. This time, I had a sweet dream. Oh, a dream in which I was on the wooden stage again, singing songs. It was more so an image rather than a dream in motion. I slowly heard the sound of Paige and another voice discussing something. I'm not quite sure. We never really discussed kids, dear. But honey, look how cute she is. With a few tweaks, she can easily pass for our kind. Besides, where else does the little dear have to go? Well, And what did you do for me when I had nowhere to go? Well, all right. I'll see. What? Oh, my dearie. You're finally awake. Paige? Apologies. I didn't realize how badly that creature had hurt you. Creature? What happened to Declan? Let's just say he'll make lovely welcome decorations to whomever checks the house after he stops turning up from work. But enough about him, dearie. I have something exciting to tell you. That being... Salutations, Lucy. I am Sir Simon Grassfellow. I believe my wife has mentioned me to you? She has. Well, Paige has convinced me that you can, live as our daughter down here in HE double hockey sticks. That's what you've been telling her that heck is. It's funny, honey. Live here? That's right. Now, I will have to tweak your looks a teeny bit so that you pass for someone that died and transformed into a demonic entity. But it will be nothing that harms your delicate little face. Will I be safe here? I mean, technically, wouldn't that mean Declan's here now? With Simon and I as your parents, you'll have nothing to worry about. And so, here I am, the daughter of two demons. How this story unfolded. All because I bought a pen! So, Cat. Oh, how do you like your new look? Is her name Cat? Oh, I love it. Thank you, Mom. Marvelous. Shall we go visit the party guests? We shall. True end. I am Cat. Oh! Wait, that's the true end. The other one's the good end. What's the bad end? Okay, so what happens if I buy the screwdriver then? Since that's the thing I actually needed to get.
Perfect. I can use this to fix the shelf before Declan even wakes up.
He didn't say anything about the ruined shelf when I got home anyway.
I hurried to the checkout and paid for everything. Once I returned home, I began to work on the shelf.
Ooh.
I did hurt my fingers a few times, though. However, the damage wasn't too bad. It's not bleeding. It should be fine. I finally had my bowl of Lucky Jewels and toast with chocolate spread. Yummy!
You're not perturbed by that?
Declan, how are you feeling?
Still a little lightheaded, but better. Thank you for asking, sweetheart.
He certainly looked better. Declan's face, however.
What happened to your hand? It's been pierced by something.
Huh? Oh, I didn't want Declan to know I went outside without asking him. But I couldn't think of a lie that would be believable. I was too nervous. I widened my eyes and furrowed my eyebrows in feigned confusion. Oh, what happened to my hand?
You don't know?
All I did was make breakfast and eat breakfast, unless I pressed my hand on the side of the table or something.
I don't think the corner of a table would cause such an open wound on your hand.
Crumbs. He might have been lightheaded, but he wasn't gullible. I teared up. I betrayed his trust, and now he was going to be mad at me.
Sweetheart, what's the matter?
But I wasn't ready to give up. I don't know what's going on. My hand, do you think it'll be all right? Declan gave me a reassuring smile.
Well, it doesn't seem to be bleeding, so I suppose it will be all right.
He took my hand and kissed the pierced marking on my palm. I took a slow breath, a sigh of relief. He seemed to drop the topic after that. He chatted with me for the rest of the day from his bed. I went to my own room that night and went to sleep. I had another dream, a horrible dream.
Darling, please slow down. This is far beyond the speed limit.
But no one is around. It should be fine, right?
You can never be too sure, but I trust you, my sweetheart.
I felt Declan place his hand on mine. I couldn't help but turn my gaze to him. No, 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 no! Ah! I woke up in fright. It was still late at night. Tears were running down my face. I often cried if I had a nightmare. I suppose it was a memory, but it felt so horrific. It didn't feel real. I got out of my bed and listened against Declan's door. I couldn't hear anything. He's still asleep. Good. I crept over to the living room and looked through the window at the front yard. The car. I knew I'd crashed the car, but remembering it, seeing the marks of my irresponsibility so vividly, it felt like something was pulling on my insides. Pulling on them violently, like they wanted me to be sick. Guilt. Shame. Everything faded to black again, but I had no more dreams.
Lucy?
I woke to Declan standing over me by the window.
What are you doing here? It's cold.
He brushed his hand along my hair, and I looked down, shamefully.
Aww.
He probably thought my head lowering was a silent request for more affection, because he leant down and kissed my head.
Are you sad that I'm going to work today?
Of course I was, but that wasn't why I was here. But he didn't need to know that. Yes, I wanted to sleep here in case I slept in and I wouldn't be able to say goodbye. I hugged him tightly, holding my face in his chest. Declan stroked my hair and whispered words I didn't understand, too hushed.
Lucy, even if you're not awake, I'll still kiss you goodbye.
Promise?
I promise. So no more sleeping on the windowsill. Understood?
He pinched my nose gently, arising a small quantity of laughter from me. Understood. He left around 9 a.m. This was my first time in the house alone for so long since the crash. So, what to do now? I don't know. What if Declan sees me?
If you wear your hood, he won't recognize you. And so what if he finds out? You guys went out together before.
Declan trusts me to stay home.
You're grown up, though. You should prove that you can manage yourself. Besides, don't you want to go to the Baccarie?
I do want to go to the Baccarie.
So, will you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Lucy I know.
Thank you, Bruce, with your sultry voice that I made up for no reason.
Thank you, Mr. Baccarie Man.
You're welcome, Lucy.
The old man adjusts his glasses, smiling sweetly.
If you don't mind me saying, how have you been lately? Your father told me about that breakup of yours.
Breakup?
Yes, I remember. Your father told me you had to wrestle past that evil man to take only your essentials. And told him if he ever tried to speak to you again, you'd shoot him. I can't imagine how scary it must have been. But I say good riddance. But enough depressing talk. How's Mittens? The door swung open, and I saw the blonde girl again. We locked eyes for a moment, and she stared at Bruce with a rather agitated, confused look.
Why are you looking at my Bruce?
Oh, my apologies. I must have mixed something up. Hurry along now.
I was hurrying out of the Baccarie, and I saw through the windows that Mr. Baccarie was now talking to the blonde girl.
Oh, she's very pretty. I love her hair.
Yeah, I like it too. I went home with the cupcakes, very confused by the event. Don't you think that was rather odd? Mr. Baccarie's story, I mean.
No, probably the confused elderly talk.
I suppose. When we finally get home, Bruce and I had a tea party with the cupcakes. Time flew by. I barely noticed it when Declan knocked at 5 p.m.
I'm home, sweetheart.
Eep! I rushed to hide the remaining cupcakes. I hid them under my bed, letting out a sigh of relief before running to greet Declan at the door. Declan, you're home. Oh, I missed you so much.
My. You're very energetic this evening.
Is that bad?
Of course not. You just seem like you're having a sugar rush.
Crumbs, he's on to me. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. I'm just very, very happy.
Then I imagine you'd like to use up your happy energy in the backyard.
Yes!
The walled-off backyard.
We played on the tire swing again for the evening. Declan did make dinner, but I didn't have the stomach for it.
Not hungry?
Not really. I'm sorry.
Oh, such a pity. I made spicy shrimp and rice for you.
I dodged a bullet. I fluffin' hate spice.
Lucy, language.
That night, I had another dream. I saw the blonde girl and someone that looked like Declan. They were fighting.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Leaving.
Leaving? But the car.
I have legs. I'll walk. She stormed past the Declan CopyCat and went into my room. She stuffed her bag with some clothes and a wallet, along with other essentials, including a box cutter. She then began to make her way to the front door, Declan's clone trying to take her hand. She slapped it away and continued to walk. Declan's double looked distraught. He tried to reach to hold her. I heard a slashing sound from the box cutter. Blood trickled down Declan's look-alike's cheeks, tears welling up in his widened eyes. Her eyes, they were red with fury, shimmering from what I can assume were tears.
My sweetheart, you know that no matter where you go, I'll always keep searching for you.
And if you do, my father's gun will always be waiting for you. She snarled and slammed the door, leaving Declan's double behind.
My sweetheart, my darling, my...
Tears streamed down his face. I woke up before he said anything else.
Declan. I checked the clock. 7 a.m. He's still home. I got up and dragged myself to the kitchen. Oh, good morning, sweetheart.
Hi.
How did my darling sleep?
Not very good. I had a bad dream.
Oh, my poor Lucy. He quickly pulled me into a hug. I shut my eyes and hugged him back. It was just a dream. I'm here now.
Hearing that made me feel reassured. He was there for me. He loved me. I loved him. What? Again?
Yeah, it was great fun yesterday.
But I'm not sure.
You need to get your mind off that dream. Maybe you can try and get a new look. Am I gonna dye my hair blonde and then Declan's gonna have a fit?
Are you trying to imply I'm ugly?
Well, you certainly don't have the lady's pretty blonde curls.
Oh, so now you're going to compare me to other women? We're in a committed friendship, Bruce. Then again, I would look really good blonde.
Exactly.
But Declan would notice if I dyed my hair.
True, but you look so pretty that he'd forget about it.
Bruce, you're a genius. Bruce and I bought some blonde hair dye from the supermarket. Skimming through the instructions, I was very excited to try this new look. I looked up and saw the blonde lady again. She was walking along with a friend. I overheard them chatting about useless things, such as a meetup at the park and visiting some new restaurant. So next week I'll meet you there after my run at 8. Does that work?
Do we have to go there, though? James told me the food is super spicy.
Good, I love spicy food.
She does?
Her friend comically whined and held her arm. The blonde lady laughed and rubbed her hair before making her way to the checkout.
Who goes for a run in the park so late?
I know. We made our way home with another bag of Mr. Bakery's baked goods, and I began my transformation.
Oh,
it went terribly.
Oh, it looks cute. It looks fine. I think she might have too much hair for it, though.
Ah, what have I done? I look awful.
Oof.
How am I going to face Declan looking like this?
Tell him it was mustard.
Bruce, you are not helping. I groaned and tossed him on the ground, his lifeless, beady eyes gazing at the ceiling. I looked back in the mirror and whimpered, dye still staining my hands. I looked ridiculous. My silly plan was definitely not going to work, and there was no going back on it for a few weeks. When 5 p.m. hit, Declan arrived home.
Lucy, I'm home.
I didn't reply. I just wanted to hide in the bathroom and cry.
Sweetheart?
He searched the house for me, including the bathroom. I hid behind the shower curtains, but...
Darling, what have you done to yourself?
I tried some dye I found in the cupboard.
Uh-oh. Declan's expression changed. It changed in a way I never saw before. His eyes turned dark and cold. He pursed his lips and clicked his tongue. All right, darling. Let's pretend I'm stupid. Let's pretend I didn't notice that you've been sneaking out without my permission. You know, I really thought I'd give you a chance. You weren't causing any harm. But you seem to have inherited her rebellious streak.
Her? Was he talking about... He grabbed me roughly by the shoulder and pulled me into my room. What are you doing? He threw me in and slammed the door.
Your first time out.
He sounded so smug. It wasn't like him. Wait, let me out. Please, Declan.
I started bawling and banging on the door. I could sense him on the other side. I could feel the sadistic smirk. No can do, Lucy. You're not getting out of there until all of that dye is gone.
But that would be so long. I can't wait that long. Please, I'm sorry.
And you'll have plenty of time to think about how sorry you are. I gave too many chances before. I'm not making that mistake again. Nipping it in the bud.
Oh.
I looked in my mirror. My roots were starting to grow out. It felt like an eternity. I crawled to the door and knocked weakly. Yes?
I'm hungry.
I heard him walking away to get some food. He tossed in a small cracker. Declan, come on now. I savored every crumb of it. I knocked again. What?
My roots are finally showing.
About time.
Yeah, about time.
Bruce wasn't enough to keep me company. I had what I could assume were the voices in my head, taunting me, toying with me. Well, it's a good thing I know that these two are going to be my future parents. They told me they had names, Simon and Paige. They sound like an old married couple. Snookums, this is a little harsh, is it not?
Oh, hush, dearie. I made it and the boy's doing fluff all with it. I didn't put hours on work into sculpting it for it not to do anything.
Touché.
But anyways, you there. Have you ever thought that maybe it's the blonde chick's fault? Think about it. If it weren't for her being so mean to your boy toy, he might not have locked you in here for doing such a terrible dye job by comparison.
Honey.
Or maybe he's cheating on you with her, and his guilty conscience is causing him to lock you in here so you'll never ever find out. His guilty conscience? Yeah.
Bit dramatic.
Oh, or maybe she's an alien clone that is making herself a more appealing version of you, trying to steal his brains.
Honey, that didn't happen, nor would it make any sense. You're mixing zombies and aliens up.
Okay, fine. But all I'm saying is, wouldn't it be fun to just kill her?
What? Future mom, no!
What?
What?
He never took that screwdriver off you. Maybe if you end her life, maybe things will go back to normal.
Wait, what? Future mom, future demon mom, what are you telling me to do?
Normal?
Mm-hmm. Declan might let you out, and he'll take proper care of you again.
Care?
Yep, he'll love you.
Love me?
With all his heart. Use the window. Break it. It's 8 p.m. Maybe she's at the park. Uh-oh. There she is.
I have the screwdriver.
There can be only one, correct? What is this, Highlander?
Only one. Only me.
Good girl.
Hey, what are you...
No! Breaking news. The body of young Lucy Miller was found in the local park last Saturday. People suspect murder, but the fingerprints found on the weapon imply suicide by the victim herself. Copied her right down to the fingerprints? The body was found with many stab wounds to the face, inflicted presumably by a screwdriver that was found carelessly hidden in a trash can away from the body. Family have suspicions of who the killer is, but no fingerprints, bar the victim's, were found on any evidence. Do you love me now, Declan?
He was quiet. He pet my hair. Her blood helped color some of the damage to my hair. Her marks on my skin didn't hurt. They weren't bleeding anyways.
Oh.
So, it didn't matter. He loved me.
Bad end. Not a copycat. Yeah, I guess you're not. It's alright. It's alright. This isn't the true end. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Whew. That was an adventure. That was fun. I like that. I like that a lot. Cat, formerly Lucy, is a sweet baby, and I love her. And, if she lives in HE double hockey sticks now, doesn't that mean Declan, who is very, very dead, is there with her somehow? That was such a really fun adventure. And guess what? This game has a sequel, and I'm excited to play the sequel. But I'd love to know what you think in the comments, so you could put a comment down there and I will read it. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.